fire... no. Why Fire and Maneuver is worth it. Fire and Maneuver is a great game that I've been given access to. Thank you to the Armchair Historian, because on his community tab, he was the one that posted, guys, if you want to try out this game, I'm going to email you regardless, doesn't matter, whatever, doesn't matter how many subscribers you have, I'm going to give it. So I got access, and I've been trying this game out, and I must say, I really like this type of free-to-play, multiplayer style game that in the future is going to receive a lot of content, a lot of DLC, but the game will be free to play. And let me make that clear. There will be DLC, but that DLC will be like, maybe if you want maybe some additional factions or something like that. It's not going to be like, it won't be... Okay, so there is going to be DLC, but the DLC will be in the future, and this game is really good at what it does. Basically, think of it like Napoleon Total War and a game of chess. And you are always going to anticipate the enemy's move because he's right in front of you. So you can't be passive. You have to issue orders, you have to fire, you have to basically destroy the enemy. You have to destroy the enemy not in a simple Total War style faction with blobs everywhere. It's basically your army has to strategically and tactically defeat the enemy that is in front of you. That's what you have to do. And this game offers a huge variety of factions. You have, you have during this period, you have the French, the Germans, the Austrians, the Ottomans, the British, and the Russians, and you got a whole bunch of empires. You also have different factions as well, and you'll be seeing a lot more factions being added within the future. Personally, I'd really love a Far East Asia DLC, especially with the Empire of Japan and Qing China. I would really like some factions over there as well. I would definitely like to see that. And I would definitely like to see some South American DLC, such as the War of the Triple Alliances. That would be a really good scenario in which you would be able to play and engage in these epic battles. This is of course set in the Victorian period, and I believe this is your go-to game while you might be waiting for Victoria Total... Sorry, not Victoria Total War, I mean Victoria 3. But, there's not a lot of games set in... There isn't a lot of games set in the Victorian era. And this game is quite good. You are basically going to discover new ways to rewrite your name on the pages of history. And this is being made by the Armchair Historian, who runs a great YouTube channel, and do definitely check out the Armchair Historian TV. That's also great content to check out as well. There's a lot of historical research, and there's a lot of mechanics, there's formations, you have to think, anticipate, you have to do so many things in Fire and Maneuver. And Fire and Maneuver is a really fantastic game, because if you're playing multiplayer, it encourages you to think, I'll give a good example. So I was playing with the Belgian guy who is a great YouTuber that does 19th century warfare content, and Fire and Maneuver and Napoleon Total War. We did a battle where I played, for example, I played the enemy, let's say, faction, and he played the enemy faction. I won't go into the specific factions because I believe some of it is going to be done for DLC in the future. So I'm going to say that basically it was a small army. He had more infantry and he had guns. And my cavalry first engages infantry, which I was almost winning. But then my guns were almost shooting. But he had more men than me, so he outnumbered me, and there was always some swap, bait and switch tactics. And even though I destroyed 50% of his army, he managed to rout me in the end because I was still new to the game. I was still trying to figure out exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Because when you first start the game, you will need to go into the Armchair Historian channel and go and look up the updated tutorial. To basically understand how to move things, because it does take a little bit of time, but once you get used to it, everything will fall in place. You will know exactly what to do, and you just need practice. Practice with the Belgian guy who's always up for a match. You can always, comment on his channel, or you can comment on his videos, or you can go to the Discord, and you can definitely help these guys out. And they also have a Patreon link. I mean, if you want to support him in the long term, definitely go out and check it. Because the other thing is that it really reminds me of a match in Napoleon, right? So you go to Napoleon Vanilla, or you go to Napoleon, I wouldn't say NTW3, but you want to go fight a match, you can definitely fight battles like these. The only other thing is there's no chat function in the battles, which is a bit weird to me, because once you're done, there's no option of saying GG at the end. So that would be really fun to see, and I think this is a game for history buffs, of course, wargame enthusiasts and casual players alike, and it does have a good balance between history and playability. And I think this title does have, it can really get in casual players. It's really well researched and really well done. So I'm liking the game, and this is me telling you, you need to go out, you need to check, you need to play this game. Well, you have to wait for July 15th is when the game will release. But if you want to get the game early, you can go on the Patreon link, and you can probably support them, and you will be able to get early access. So definitely check out the Armchair Historian, check out the Belgian guy, check out the Discord, right? This game is really worth it, and I really enjoy it, and I'm gonna be making more stuff on this game, as many battles as I can, and there's going to be a lot of stuff in the future regarding updates and DLC and content and all that. So all that stuff is going to come. I say definitely keep this on your Steam wishlist, follow it, because when this game releases, it's definitely there. I mean, if you're a historical fan and you want more historical stuff, this is for you. So please don't forget to leave a like, share, comment and subscribe. I shall see you in the next video. See you.